Hi, good evening. This is Deepak, and welcome you all.
Very good evening, sir.
Very good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to all of you.
Hi,
Good evening,
Dinesh.
sir.
I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't aware that I need to have the host privilege. So my team, as usual, they have put me on spot.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so raise your hand using Zoom if you have interacted with me before. I just want to know, if I'm talking to the known audience or, they're absolutely new people. There are many still joining. Might be they were waiting on the. I would request all of you to please put your name properly so that if there are questions, I'll be able to respond by your name. There are few more still joining, so you need to allow little more time because we started late. And as promised, we are not going to have any presentation related discussion. We are going to have discussion which is purely technical. So you have your questions, we will be able to answer. Let me see if I have anyone from my team. I have few members from my team have joined as well. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So good evening, you all. Thanks for joining, and let's get started. So let me welcome you all to our internship program. Like I promised last time, I think few weeks back, I had a webinar, and that webinar was meant for mostly for the students across India who participated in that webinar. And what we discussed is uh, the training company, Complete Open Source Solutions, COSS, is in partnership with my IT company, ProDevance, is coming up with an innovative internship program. It is not a generic internship program. We will be discussing what all is being kept in house for you, so that you know what you will be doing in next few weeks, and that's the agenda today. And this is going to be an open house. I was told that okay, there are questions, so you can ask question about the project. It could be as technical as possible. So have your questions post here, and we will be able to answer you. Does that sounds okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So wait a minute. I'm going to invite few of my colleagues as well. Uh, Siddharth, can you check if Chanchal is joining? Okay, so let me share my screen in case you'd like to know what this program is about. So we have put together a Confluence page. Confluence is used for our collaboration content making. So I'm just going to share that. Okay. Please confirm if you can see my screen here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's good.
Okay. So yes, here we go. Does anybody know how this annotation creates a problem in Zoom? Okay. So somebody was playing mischief on the screen. So if you can see my screen, uh, please come on. Yep. So this is about the program. I would ask all of you to put your questions on the chat so that I'll be able to answer. So Mr. V, you have a question? I see somebody raised your hand to ask a question. Please go ahead. Unmute all. Do it in this way. Let me ask. So this program is going to be a 30 days program, and our training partner, Complete Open Source Solution India, has brought up this program in partnership with Red Hat. So Red Hat has got an academy portfolio called Red Hat Academy. I'm sure many of you must be knowing. I'll just show you Red Hat Academy. So Red Hat Academy, conducts the training program in the colleges. So many of our colleges have enrolled under this academy. So what they do is they make a student eligible to do system administration, middleware development, cloud computing, and you can also do your right. Uh, so what my team has done is, okay, they have brought the Red Hat program onto this internship, making sure that most of you who are being at home during the lockdown period, um, you should be able to participate in that program and work with my Prodavance team. So Prodavance is an IT company. I'll just take you through that. So we are a company based out of Bangalore, and what we do is we do quite a lot of consulting and development work, which I will talk about. So in this program, Prodavance is going to conduct the projects, and these projects will be of 4 weeks to 8 weeks. That means minimum 4 weeks, and it will go on for 8 weeks. And within that 4 weeks to 8 weeks, you are expected to learn the project management. So let me talk about that a little bit. So what is project management? Um, so I'll just show you here. These are the projects which Prodavance manage participants. All I will, yeah, continue. Okay. So these are the projects which we have. So how a project looks like, right? So So I'll just show you. So this is one of my machine learning project. So the project name is iVentura, and this project has got multiple milestones, right? So you do see that there is a milestone for April 30th. I'm sure you might have seen this kind of project board before. So think if you are a student and you want to work on a project, you are expected not just doing the coding and doing the administration. You should also be, knowing how the project is being managed. Understand? So uh, you have to go through some of these kind of sessions where you'll be taught how to manage a GitLab or GitHub, right? So we do both in Prodavance. The internal projects are all on GitLab, and some of the interns project are on GitHub. So this is how the project is being managed, and I was talking about what a project is. A project has got different milestones. So your project will also have multiple milestones, right? So when I will talk about the project, we'll get in there. So I was talking about Prodavance. So Prodavance is an IT company. So this brochure is getting loaded. I'll explain you after that. So let it take some time. Then what you will get out of it. So after the project is being completed, the winner of the project competition will get a cash prize of 25,000. So why are we doing this? Because end of the year, Prodavance would require at least 30 candidates from each batch. After their training is being completed, we will be onboarding you with a stipend of 12,500 rupees. So this is something which we do it for last many years. In fact, some of my interns are also here, so they can introduce themselves. I could see Dhanusha is there, and Anwesha is there. So those were the interns from the earlier batch. So they will join. Once your training is complete, your project is complete, you will be on board onto Prodavance, and we will have at least 10 people selected from each of these internship batch. It goes up to even 30 people. And why we do this? Because we have a lot of projects to complete. Okay. And when I was saying a lot of projects, these are the projects which you see, on the board. So those are the projects which you will be going through. Then the next thing is what would be the approach? So the delivery of each of these projects is going to be for different technology. So when I say different technology, I'll just take you to the technology here. So the internship project. So internship project has got, so I talked about it takes 4 to 8 weeks, and the technology is going to be on cloud, DevOps, or machine learning operation. And these are internal and external projects. So we are currently working for one of the ISV, which is actually providing services to a lot of telecom companies across the globe. So they have more than 700 customers, and their infrastructures are on OpenStack, AWS, and what they need from us is to set up. So let me take an example. So we have one end customer is Singtel. I don't know if you have heard about that company. So Singtel actually is doing the 5G implementation, and they need OpenStack machines to be created through automation. So through automation means we will be using Ansible. But think, if you need to work on Ansible, you need to know Ansible. And if you do not know Ansible, you won't be able to work on this project. So what we will do, we will first prepare you. So when I say preparation, that goes through a training. So this training, your track is cloud, and the training is Linux, Ansible, Python, some portion of Jupyter Lab, supervisor learning, because we are doing the SecOps, cloud, DevOps, and all that stuff. So you need to be trained on these subjects, then only you will be able to manage these projects. Okay, so the students or candidates who are going to complete this particular project in a period of 4 to 6 weeks or 8 weeks. So we are giving 4 weeks, and there is a 4 weeks of grace. So the kind of work, we have explained it in a very brief way, but the scope is little larger. I will ask my colleagues to talk about it. And if your project is being completed, then you will be coming under the interview process. And the interview will be taken care by my team. And once you are being interviewed, then you will be considered as the official, intern with stipend, right? So that's about the program. So we talked about what is after the internship. We also talked about the approach. So the approach is you need to give your expression of interest. So the interest is being filled in a form. I'm sure my team, Siddharth, and some of the other guys would have reached out to you. If not, okay, you need to reach out to them. And once you have shown the intent, then what you need to do is you need to register. So the registration, there is a process which Siddharth and team, they will be able to explain. And we have a team. So the team who is going to take care of this particular program is going to help you. So let me introduce to my team. So we have a mentor pool. The mentor pool is, myself, I'll be spending every day with you. Every day. We will start in the morning, it goes till evening. Every day I will be spending time. Just to give little background about my own coaching style, it is always outcome based. So we do not do coaching in a very scripted way. Instead, we actually put you on a problem or a situation, and we ask you to learn through the mentors and give a MVP. When I say, it is a minimum viable product. So that means you should be able to demonstrate something which has an outcome. So like me, I have got Chanchal, who is another industry veteran. So I and Chanchal have been working in Prodavance since what, 4.5 years. Abhishek is another senior, trainer. Harpreet is a Red Hat certified architect. So we four will be with you to train administration, DevOps, cloud, machine learning, and Python. So with us we have got Siba, Ankush. Ankush is an Ansible trainer. He has done a lot of batches. Biswajit is a Python trainer, and Srinivas. Srinivas is there on the call as well. Srinivas, I will just unmute you so that you will be able to speak. So Srinivas is one of my senior colleague. So Chanchal, Srinivas, will be two other mentors, okay, who will be working with me. Apart from that, the way our model works is, it's not like one person actually handling all the project. It is impossible. The kind of project which we have put together, it is impossible to handle by one person. So what we will be doing, we will be taking our previous interns' help, and they have been given a role. So let me introduce them as well. So I have got Yashwanth, so he takes care of, so he has a passion on digital marketing, but but he takes care of a lot of, so the iVentura product, okay, he helps us there. Anwesha is there, Dhanusha, Pawan, Bandhavya, Sham. So all of these guys have a role to play during this LEAP program. So LEAP 2.0 is the third batch in last 2 years, and we started 2.5 years back, and we finished 3 batches, and this is the third batch, which is actually coming under the LEAP program. So apart from that, the trainers, as I said, mentors and trainers. So mentors are the one who actually, the difference between a trainer and a mentor or a coach is the mentor or coach is responsible to uplift you, your personality, your persona, your confidence, and making you industry ready. A trainer will actually help you to give the domain knowledge. So if Siba is teaching you, his responsibility is to teach you Red Hat system administration. So when Siba is teaching Red Hat system administration, he will be teaching you for at least 32 hours, each module, and making you confident on Linux so that you will be able to handle the Linux job confidently. So that's the trainer's job. But what Chanchal and I will do, we will put you on a problem. We will give you a task related to the project, and you will have to handle that task end of the day. So that is how a trainer and a coach is going to work along with our previous interns who will facilitate, so that this worked as a team. And as a team, you will be part of this program, and you will be handling the project, end to end. So you'll be taught the project management, like I was showing you the milestone, the project board and all that. So that is all part of your Jira, Confluence, GitLab, this thing, plus the technical work like Ansible. So we have trainer for Ansible, and we have put together a program which would be going on every day. So every day, I know the college is being now not operating, but this program is going to take you through those lecture plus lab every day, and for a specific period, you will be given Linux, Ansible, AWS, and DevOps tools. DevOps tools has got lot of things, right? I will take you through some of the DevOps project which my team is doing, but just make sure that you learn all of them during this 4 weeks time. So 4 weeks you will be trained, and we will be ready to be certified, and 4 weeks you will be given a project. Similarly, you can also be part of Linux, after that Python and machine learning, right? So in Python, what would you learn? You will learn, how to run a Python program and all that. Okay, I will ask Srinivas to talk about that, and machine learning. So you will be working on different machine learning projects, and so I will show you, okay, what a project, on machine learning is done. So I'll just take a pause, and I'll ask Srini to join me and talk about the machine learning part. Srini, can you hear me?
Yes, Deepak, I can hear you.
And do I have Chanchal as well? Yes, Chanchal is also there. So, Srini, first you speak about your machine learning project.
Yeah, so we start by laying the fundamentals. Okay, first is when we look at it two ways. One is trying to understand the ecosystem of machine learning. What kind of problems that we typically get into, what kind of algorithms that we use. What are the applications of machine learning. What are the steps that we usually follow. When we solve a machine learning problem. But to actually program in machine learning, you need to have a good understanding of either Python, or R. Here we do Python because Python is very useful outside of machine learning as well. So when it comes to Python, we start again with the fundamentals. We start with data structures, with variables and everything, and we take it all the way, to use various machine learning in packages like pandas, numpy, scikit-learn, all those things, and deep learning algorithms. Okay, and all of these things will be executed on our proprietary platform called iVentura. Okay, and we will also talk about a little bit about what iVentura is. It's a machine learning platform where data scientists can come together, collaborate, and model their algorithms and then deploy and visualize them. So it's a fantastic experience for students to get a first-hand feel of the kind of problems that they'll be dealing with in machine learning, and how to go about solving them. Okay, so it'll be very good and exciting part for students to learn, because the kind of opportunities machine learning and especially Python opens up is quite huge. Okay, so they will really be glad to have gone through this program and to come out of it with their fundamentals enhanced and strengthened. Okay, uh, yeah, so
So Srini, can you talk about some of the real-time stuff which your team is doing, and they are looking forward to have more interns to join hands? We were talking about crowd testing, crowd programming, for
correct,
COVID-19 data, or
correct,
the
yeah.
data and all that.
Yeah, see, one of the use case that we are working on is to show the COVID-19 data in a way that it's consumable to as many people as possible. Okay, so that program actually picks up data from a website, okay, from a government website, pulls all the data. We pull all the data because the data is refreshed in government websites every day. Okay, and then builds a map. Okay, one is the world map as to how many cases are being reported in each country of the world, and where the standing is in the number of deaths. And then you can drill down by clicking on that map. Say you click on India and it shows up in India map, right? And within India you have states, and within states you have districts. So up to the district level, you can see details of the number of COVID patients, the number of deaths, and how the progression is happening. So that's one thing. And the other one that we are working on, Deepak, is with for an insurance firm where they want to use natural language processing to analyze a huge data set that they have, thousands of rows spread over 3 years. That insurance company wants us to capture, read those, free-flowing text that
So Srini,
is. Yeah.
So what kind of skill set you think a person need to develop before they work on these kind of machine learning models, and how complex and simple are they?
See, it becomes simple if you put your effort and focus on it, Deepak. But machine learning is a vast subject, right? First, you need to understand, what exactly are we trying to do with machine learning. That means you need to have a little bit of understanding of statistics as well. Okay, and then you need to have a good understanding of the programming framework, that's Python, right? And then you need to have a good understanding of the data as well, because ultimately you're dealing with data. Okay, so you have to get the data in the right shape and form and then run your models against it. Okay, so as a data scientist you have to be good in all three, and that's when you'll become, your flair in all these areas will determine how successful you're going to be, right? And it's difficult to find people who are good in all three, and that's why the demand for machine learning and artificial intelligence professionals is so very high.
Okay. Okay, so would you also like to talk about the UI development, what you're looking at from the interns with respect to the visualization?
Yeah, so once a data scientist actually develops a model, okay, for the world to see, what is it that the model is trying to achieve, you need to have a visualization for it. Okay. And we at Prodivance are building that. Okay. Not many tools in the world are out there who can give you a visualization. Software like Tableau is there, but a ecosystem where you can build your models and then deploy them so that the whole world can consume what you're doing, requires good understanding of UI technologies as well. And we're doing it with React.js. Okay. So
Okay.
a data scientist will develop his model, right? Will deploy it, and it'll have an API through which he can pass input data and consume the output. And that output will be shown in a UI, in a browser, using React.js technology. Okay. So it's going to be quite revolutionary and quite attractive as well, and very useful. And last but not the least, easily people will be able to consume and relate to what is being shown.
Okay, so I got this COVID-19 visualization. So just to
Right,
tell people that okay, how the look and feel is going to be, right?
right.
So this is how the visualization is being built after the data is being modeled and processed on iVenture.
Yeah. So this is one model that we are trying to explore, right?
Okay.
We can zoom out and zoom in, and then there is also a version, Deepak, where we can go into the districts of each state as well. Okay. I do not know if you have that, but that is another version, right? And at the district level, you can see, where the hotbeds, clusters of COVID-19 patients are. Okay. And there is also one more version where we're talking about from the world map, right? We see, how the countries are spread out as far as COVID is concerned.
Okay.
Okay.
And why do you need so many people to develop these kind of things?
This interplay of lot of technology, Deepak. Say if you look at this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this requires a good UI skill, right? It requires one programmer to go and fetch the data, right? And then you should have some person to clean up the data, right? And then if you're using visualization, or if you're tying up with some kind of modeling in the background, you require that also, right? So it's an interplay, and it's not just one person who does it. It's a team of programmers who will come together and work. And sometimes it'll have integration with third-party tools as well. So you should be in a position to actually do all those things and bring all these technologies together to make this happen.
Okay. So uh, so Srini, I'll just switch the topic to Chanchal. Chanchal, can you hear me? Can you just confirm if you can hear me?
We are losing you, Deepak. The voice is not very clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. So Chanchal, thanks for joining. We have so many interns, or the future interns on the call, and they are across different colleges. And as you know, the LEAP program is designed, and you are one of the coach. So can you tell how you mentor the interns on topics like Ansible, DevOps tools, and what kind of skill set you expect in them, so that they will be trained before they get the project, and what kind of project you think they should be working once they are completing this program.
Thank you, Deepak. Uh, as you have already introduced what the LEAP program is all about, I'll only talk about the way the things that I do or we do and how the interns are supposed to complement our job. That means usually my role in Prodavance is to deliver solutions on various technologies. More importantly today, that is primarily has to do with containerization. For example, interns who are joining today, I hope I'm audible still now.
Yeah, you are audible. You are audible.
Okay, great. So in fact, whenever we deliver a solution to a customer, let's assume today the primary requirement is containerization of monolithic existing app. And that's a requirement. And that to deliver that requirement, we first have to, let's assume I am allocating an internee to do that. Now, the internee is not expected to know what container is all about. So first of all, we need to mentor her or him to a proper understanding of containerization, what is containers, then container orchestration infrastructure as such. It could be either Kubernetes or OpenShift. We don't expect that the internee will be already having exposure and knowledge of all that. So what we do, we give them the platform to master those skill sets, also mentor them so that they can come to speed at a very good speed. I mean, as fast as possible. And during the course of which me and our other internees or senior of employees, they all coordinate together to bring the internees to speed. That means understanding of containerization, and then understanding of containerization, orchestration platform like OpenShift, etc. How existing monolithic apps are transported to different containers. That itself is a learning process. We also expose him or her to that. Then the development of containerization itself is a DevOps process. That means it's not one time just do it and pack it in the good old ways. It is usually source code control. That means automatically GitHub or GitLabs or everything comes into picture. Then putting them using Jenkins or something like that, using which we containerize them, test them on a test platform, and all these things from the very beginning of container applications or containerizations app delivery, internees get exposed to. And that's what one of the fundamental, actually, what you learn in educational institution during the course of your learning at institution, and what the real world development of the corporate or IT sector, there is a huge gulf. And we are precisely aware of this gulf, and we have a set of learning methods which precisely plugs in this gap within a very short period of time. And internees learn everything, at least not everything. It is not possible for everybody to learn everything. For example, the thing I was talking about, containerization of applications, he or she is expected to know about containers, then container orchestration platform like OpenShift and Kubernetes. Then to automate things, at least he or she should be knowing something about Ansible. So they are exposed to Ansible automations. Not only that, there could be something more than that. For example, the requirement itself requires support to external file system, storage, database, all these things, stateless, stateful applications, what are the approaches that are to be adopted for stateless application or stateful applications. So different containerization approaches for each of these aspects. We bring most of the internees to different technologies. And sometimes it is not containerization at all. It could be traditional CSOPS technology. For example, it could be a failover, a HA cluster, or things like that. So because our customer base is very vast, and the requirement is also very, wide range of requirements we are facing all the time. So each of the internees are getting exposed to specific set of learning. For example, a customer wants to implement some sort of complete alert management system for their entire existing infrastructure. Okay. And that actually brings into the table lot many additional technologies. That means whatever applications the customer is having, it could be a web server, it could be a database server, it could be a firewall systems, and so many network, everything comes into the picture. And you need to know a lot about these things that has to do with system administration, good old system administration. And in fact, we are totally and fully equipped with this, and we have a method of delivering this learning at real quick, so that our internees come to speed within a very short period of time. And that's precisely what we do. And you get the best feedback from our existing internees. If you get the opportunity, get into an interaction with them and learn from them what all they have learned. And sometimes I also get amazed the kind of learning they have done within a period of 1 month, 2 months. In fact, during this lockdown period, the kind of learning they have done with the assistants and our mentors, I'm amazed. So that is the
So, so taking that, situational cue, which I will take that as an advantage. Whom do you want to pick from your earlier batch? You want one of them to speak what they do on DevOps or SysOps, automation sphere. So I see some of your earlier interns are also there, like, Pawan is there, Prithvi, Yashwanth, Anwesha, Shyam. So do you want to take one of them? So
yes,
that
yes. For example, I can take Prithvi. I know Prithvi has already done container orchestration, Kubernetes cluster deployment automation. So Prithvi can talk about that. And Pawan has also done uh, automated the deployment of Windows systems on AWS cluster. So Pawan can also talk about that. So any one of them or all of them, I
okay.
Prithvi, are you present? Can you
So
hear?
I have unmuted, Pawan.
Okay, okay. So let Pawan speak about something about himself, the task he's doing.
Okay, so Mr. Pawan.
Hello, hi sir. Hi sir, good evening.
Good evening.
So you are on spot, Pawan.
Yes sir.
Tell us what have you done in last, 8 to 12 weeks.
Okay, so basically we were selected as interns at the Pride events, and at starting we had been through the course of RSCSA, which is a basic and essential course for Linux, and then we were led into the topics of Dockers and containers, and yes, after that we are currently working totally on Ansible. In Ansible, we are working in use cases such as automating the instances, Windows, CentOS, and any other instances, and provisioning the application on that. And currently, I'm working in one of the projects under this internship. So infrastructure as a code, and we will do it. So every new interns who are joining this, leap. So it's we need your willingness to learn, and we all are there to help you. And yes, hope so. Event goes well.
Fantastic. So Pawan, tell me one thing. So this is one question from my side. As an intern, how do you see communication plays an active role, and where do you see this LEAP program help to elevate personas and confidence in students, especially people those who are coming from remote places of India and those who have not studied in English medium, but they are engineering graduates. So how do you see communication is a crucial part, and in your intern experience, how do you think this has helped you the most or your peers the most?
Okay, communication means what you speak, sir.
With respect to handling the project, taking down the requirement, talking to the project members, or communicating with the customer. Let me take Yashwanth for that. So Yashwanth, would you like to pitch on that?
Definitely, sir.
Yeah. So did you hear my question, Yashwanth? How do you see interns, gaining confidence through the workshops, through the persona related user story discussions, or sprint planning, or the presentation to Red Hat and other companies. So how do you see that is helping the most to the interns in last few weeks? Yashwanth, you there?
I think he's on mute. Yeah, he's there.
So good evening, sir. So good evening, everyone, all of the students present here. So when I joined here as an intern, so what the basic things, what is communication between all the individuals here? So there is no cabin-based system here. So whatever you need, right, you can ask the person right next to you. So how I developed myself in this 8 to 12 weeks, the transition is very good actually. So as a student, I became an actual a professional IT guy. So right now I speak to CFOs, CXOs of different companies, heads of different companies. So the communication is the key to everything. So guys, you might just think the competition is right next to you. The right next person is you is the competition. So you have to be the next hand in everything. So the best thing is you can take up this internship. We just don't teach you technical things. Also, we teach you all the interpersonal skills related to you. So we are developing you from all the aspects of your professionalism. So hoping all of you to see you soon, and we'll get together, we'll meet together, and we'll communicate with each other all the things, and we'll nurture by step. So thank you, sir, giving me this opportunity to speak.
So so I think Chanchal, that's a great input. Hearing it from your team directly, rather I talk about it. So going back to Srinivas. So Srinivas, I had a question earlier that if a student is not good in machine learning, but he or she knows Python, will he or she will be able to pick up machine learning in 4 weeks time, and will they be qualifying to your project?
Yeah, it's still possible, Deepak. Okay. So if you know Python, it's a very good big plus actually. Okay, because the programming part is taken care of, right? But you still need to understand the basics of machine learning and some bit of statistics, and we teach that as part of our program. We build those layers of knowledge. Okay, so actually if you know Python, then you start off with an advantage, so it's still possible. Yes.
Okay, so let me I just wanted to show how easy it is, but nevertheless, I'll take the other opportunity. Let me see if there are any other questions. I think that was one question which I got from okay. Yeah, that was from Harsha Vardan. Tell me about RHC certification in brief. That's the question from Rohan. Siba, can you answer this? Siba, or yeah, Siba is there. So can you answer how this RHC certification interns can take?
Yes, sir.
So Siba, you will be teaching RHCSA and RHCE under the academy model. So tell me how the candidate will be prepared for the certification after this internship or during the internship.
Okay. Hi everyone. So this is Siva. So I'm working from the course from the last 3 years. So I'm delivering the RSCSA and RSC training to the individual, corporate as well as the academic students. So your question is what? How can prepare for the RSC certifications? Okay. So for the RSC certification, so that stands for the Red Hat Certified Engineer. to get the certification, you should have the RSCSA certifications for the Red Hat Certified System Administrator. So here, if I talk of the RHEL 8 course model, to the learning path, so the RHEL 8 is divided into 3 course model. One is RH124, RH134, RH294. So here the 124 and 134 is the basic of the Linux. So where you will discuss about what is the open source, what is the Linux, and how to operate the Linux systems from basic level. And you will discuss the users, the groups, and the permission part, networking concept, the partitioning, installing the softwares, remove the applications, upgrading that one. So these are all the basic things we are going to discuss there. So and that is the very beautiful feature is what they have everything in the hands-on base. So in every topic, you will get the quiz, you will get some hands-on lab experience. Okay, and after that, after complete these two models, we have to go for the exam called EX200 for the Red Hat Certified Administrator. And here we'll get nearly 20 questions. Okay, and every questions are the hands-on based. Means they will give a scenario, you have to solve the problem at your own capacity. Okay, and the time limit is 2 hour 3 hour, that depend upon the exams.
Okay.
And a guy will come, he will evaluate you, and after that you will get the certification.
Okay.
So here,
so Siba,
yeah.
let us say I'm talking on behalf of the student. So I'm sitting at home. How will I do the lab? So so is complete open source solution is going to give any assistance to set up the lab or access the remote lab during this COVID-19 situation where we are not coming to Bangalore or the students are not coming to Bangalore or Hyderabad to learn this?
Yes. So as I told, that Red Hat exam is purely depend upon the hands-on labs. They have their own lab setups. Okay. So if you want to practice their guide exercises, so you have to go through the Red Hat lab setup. So here the two ways are there. So if you are in a remote location and not able to come to the center physically, so you can take the system remotely. Okay, so we have our cloud platform where the PD cloud, if you deployed the labs there, so you can share our IP address and the users and password to you. Just what the things you have to do, you have to get a active internet connections and the system, so where you can able to remotely access the lab from our data center.
Okay, fantastic. I have my last question. So, so if a student, if I'm student's parent and I'm sending him or her to the training, and after that he or she will be doing the project. So, so my question is, after the training, if a student has to appear for exam, is Red Hat giving any discount?
Yes. So if the candidate have a existing college students, so he's not passing graduation, say under the graduation student, and that particular college is a Red Hat academy. So at that time, the student will get the 50% off from the certifications. So if right now talk about the certification fees in the for the professional, so that will come 16,500 plus tax, so will come nearly 19,470. But that will be 50% off for the college students if the college is in under the Red Hat Academy.
Okay, and you and your team will help them to get prepared and get certified.
Yes, so we will help. We will guide you how to write the exams. Okay, and we will get some examples of the questions. You can the dumps. It will prepare you for the certifications in the short times. How can appear that once, and how can you can clear your certificate in the first attempt.
Fine. So there is one more question, and probably I will ask. Let me see if I've got Biswajit. Yeah. So Biswajit, the question for you: you are a Python trainer, and a student is not well versed on Python. So is it okay if the student learn Python in 2 weeks' time and will be eligible to work on the project?
Sir, I was unable to hear you. Can you please repeat it, sir?
If a student is not well versed with Python, so will you be able to make him confident on Python in 2 weeks' time?
yes, sir, it is possible.
Yeah.
A student can learn, but he has to spend little more time as compared to others
Okay.
in a day. Uh,
Okay. And can you tell what all things you have put together in Python? Program means Python schedule.
uh, our curriculum is like, sir, it is very simple. Like we how we have made this is like a 2 3 chapters followed by a project. So
Okay.
initially like for example we have initial chapters. They are very basic chapters, like what is a list, what is a dictionary, what is a set, what is a frozen set. So I'll be talking about that. Once we complete everything about data types, there is a small project related to data type, like with learning.
Okay.
So like that, again, the concepts will go deeper, like how to create functions, what is object oriented programming,
Okay.
how do we create GUI applications, maybe on Linux or Windows on any platform,
Okay.
and how to interact with a database. Either it can be MySQL database, or it can be a Postgres, or it can be a SQL Lite database. And not only that, and even we'll learn about multi-threading, actually, which was concept of Java, but it is also possible to do in Python. So multi-threading, multiple processes can be run at a time, so
Okay.
that we'll learn. And even socket programming, like we can interact with multiple computers by a program, and how we can share files, how we can share messages, that also can be done like with the help of socket programming.
Okay.
So, and this will be, all these topics will be divided with a different projects. Like there are labs actually. We can, instead of project, we can say it as lab. So by doing labs, a learning will happen for every student.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a question to Srinivas. So Srinivas, you talked about the Python platform which you are giving it to the interns. So will they be able to do all kind of Python program on your platform?
Yes, Deepak. So, essentially what you need to have is you need to have the required libraries. Okay. So that platform that we have comes with all the machine learning libraries, but
Okay.
you can import other libraries as well, whichever ones that you want. Okay.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
just to summarize, what you're saying is, Biswajit will prepare, Chanchal is going to coach, and you are giving them a platform to program and gain expertise. But if I need to work as a student, if a student need to work in your project, so what kind of project or what kind of development you allow interns to do in your platform?
there's quite a lot of development effort required, Deepak. Okay,
Okay.
not just on the machine learning front, right? We have to, as I mentioned, there are a lot of integrations that need to be worked on to make a particular software work, right? You say if I'm importing tons and tons of data, then that in turn is expected to integrate with PySpark. Okay, PySpark is a plugin kind of a thing that works with Jupyter Hub. Okay, and in the backend it can talk to a Spark cluster, right? So that's an important, and that's
So
important because
is
when,
that what I'm showing on your sprint? Can you see my screen, the milestone 2?
no, not yet. We can see you, but not the screen.
Okay. Okay. So, uh, so this is the kind of work you assign to the students?
Yeah. If you look at the first, look into helical insights, right?
Yeah.
Now, helical insights is a visualization tool.
Okay.
Okay, right? It will be good for our tool to work with quite a lot of open source visualization tools. Our tool should be able to do that. Okay, so that's one thing, right? Migrate and fix the favicon. Okay, look into open source visualization tool, CI/CD pipeline for iVentura, right? Now, when you're building iVentura, right, once you make a code change, you want that code change to progress from developer machine to UAT to prod, right? How is that going to happen? Okay, how can developers work and create their own branches and push the code from this thing? And then what else do we have? Right? Can you scroll down, please, Deepak? Yeah, can you scroll down? Yeah, add SQL extension. See, okay, Tableau. Okay, that's a good example, right? When we're creating, this platform, it has to work with various databases. Okay, Oracle and SQL and MySQL and all that. So one of the features that we've identified to work on a particular use case was to create a SQL extension. So that's thing listed there. Okay, SSO. That's an important thing. A user has to log in only once, but he should be able to work across different modules that we have. So there, SSO will come into the picture. So configure SSO for model deployment. So that will give you a glimpse. Lots of development effort is required. It's not just about machine learning, but for this platform to work, you require a lot of skills to come together.
Okay. So I have got another question where somebody is asking, I'm not having any idea about cloud, but can I choose cloud-based internship? I think the answer is pretty simple. So you'll be taught cloud right from Linux basics. I just want to take Khushbu. Khushbu, can you speak and explain, okay, how you, without knowing, cloud, you started working on it? Khushbu or Anwesha, can you talk about your experience related to the cloud management as an intern?
Yes, sir. Hello. Good evening, everyone. So here we are in DevOps team. I'm working on, like, we're having a product like PD Cloud EX. Okay. So it is a structure, something like cloud in a box. So anybody can, like, it is a bunch of, it is a cloud where we can provide a bunch of technology to like to the learning institutes. And here we are using OpenStack cloud, because OpenStack is a infrastructure as a service cloud.
Okay.
So without having proper knowledge on cloud, side by side, we can, like, as Deepak said, told, like, we are getting training on cloud also, and on the project. But I think our team is always ready to help you, and from the basic level.
Okay. So about the DevOps tool training, this question is to Chanchal. Is it compulsory to know, manage and build monolithic microservice architecture? I think DevOps, tooling is more for integration. But Chanchal, I would want you to answer this. The question is, DevOps training, is it compulsory to know to manage and build monolithic microservice architecture based web development project? Because most of the DevOps tools are applied to this, but without web development knowledge, is it possible to learn during this training? Answer is yes, but I want Chanchal to explain. Chanchal, are you able to explain this, or let me answer this? You need not be a web developer. Neither many of our interns are web developers. So they are ops engineers, and they are pretty hands-on with respect to the CI/CD expertise. So I'll just take you to that course. So the DevOps tools, what you learn after Linux is this. So you need not require, this question came from Saurav Karji. So Saurav, that's the answer for you. You need not be a front-end developer. But if you know development, it's the blessing, but you need not be a front-end developer. So hope you got your answer, right? I got some question from Kankipati. Is it possible to do it in 4 weeks? Absolutely, it is possible, and that is why we are bringing this program to you. That it is being created in such a way that the training is classified into 2 tracks, and each track goes on for 4 hours every day, and it is all task based. So we are not going to do hour-long PowerPoint presentation lectures. It is short description and path to do that work, and we will give you a activity for you to perform, and you will be hands-on through this. And there are a lot of document, like you see, I'm maintaining or using Confluence here for most of my content material. So they are all custom developed so that you gain access to that content, you know, how to do CI/CD. I'll just give you one example. Like somebody asked, okay, can I do CI/CD? So if I search CI/CD, you will find absolutely quite a lot of, I'm sure you get to see what I'm showing, right? I just need one response here. Can somebody respond? Okay, can you see my screen? So all our content is on the Confluence. So these are not internet content; they are all custom developed by our people, and they will prepare you on that. Any other questions which I feel I have not answered yet? What are the basic requirements that we should have to know before joining the internship? Basic requirement is you should know fundamental of computers, and you need to be at least in second semester of your graduation. So second semester means we assume that you understand foundation of computers, because you will be entering into Linux. That is must. If you know computer, you understand Mac or Macintosh or Windows, but you will be taken through the Linux journey, and you will be given the cloud DevOps and MLOps experience. Why Prodevance is doing this? As I told, if you have got access to this, okay, I have given all the reason why this is needed. These are all emerging technology, and with this kind of situation today, where a lot of companies, a lot of people are going to lose job, our priority is to bring the cutting edge technology, and Prodevance is working on all of these technology to make sure that you get trained, get prepared in a systematic way, and get ready to work with us in future. Do you need to pay? You need to talk to Siddharth, who is the coordinator. So he will be able to. I think that's a question. Will there be a fee? Yes, there are some administrative charges, but I'll just give away. So this is what I have kept in store. So we will be rewarding people. So for us, it is a non-profit. So we are not doing this for any profit making. We are going to give away this particular thing in terms of goodies, award, and other stuff. But there are certain administrative charges. So this is a tablet. You can see, yeah. So we have got 3 tablets as a reward. So we are running some competition, and there will be 150,000, 150,000 worth learning subscription. There is an international trip. So all that is being planned to make sure that this particular program is interesting, and you guys get ready before you come on board to work with my team, right? So that's the response to Kankipati, right? When is this program starting? This program is starting on 4th of May virtually. So it is going to be virtual sessions every day for 4 weeks training. As I told you, it is all being scripted, and 4 weeks of project, and there is an extension of 4 weeks. So everybody will be given a certificate. So I'll just take you to the FAQ. So everybody will be given a certificate. So the certificate is going to be coming from two organizations, as well as Red Hat is going to recognize you once you are trained and certified on their program. And what kind of role you will get in the industry is site reliable cloud engineer, DevOps full stack developer, and machine learning ops developer. So these are the kind of project member role, okay, which you will be getting. And you got the eligibility. So all this detail, I think Siddharth would have sent it. If not, okay, please reach out to him. Siddharth, you can mention your name and contact details. And that's more or less about this program. Any more questions? Any more questions? So I would just pause here for any questions. So I have got Nitya, who is the training officer. I just wanted to check with Priya, if you can hear me, would you like to talk about what machine learning you have put together for the interns?
For Dhanusha and Abhishek, are you talking about, sir?
Yeah, is Dhanusha there?
No, she's not here. So I, gave them the COVID news API and the front end for the COVID app. And apart from that, they have done the model deployment part of whole Anwesha.
Okay.
And apart from that, they have do R&D for they did the POC for RDBase database also.
Okay.
And lot of things like coding and all.
In how many weeks they picked up this, Priya? You being the mentor?
Actually, since past 2 months, actually, past 2.5 months.
Okay, so they are working since last 2.5 months.
Yes, sir. I think I.
Any more questions? Siddharth, can you check if there are any questions? Okay. So what else you'd like to know? Let me check if there are any more questions. So we have about 41 participants who have joined. I'm sure many would have got their answers already. Okay. So I'm looking forward to host your internship starting May 4th. So as I told, every day 4 hours. 4 hours, my team is going to be available along with most of you people who have shown interest. So I'll just get back to my team charter. So I have got the trainers, some of the trainers you spoke, some of the mentors you spoke to Chanchal, you spoke to Srinivas, you spoke to Siba, and you spoke to some of my intern, who have already, got some roles. I think Anwesha is doing fantastic. She's going to take care of the collaboration, and Yashwanth is going to take care of promoting the interns for a global platform. Dhanusha, Abhishek, I see Abhishek is there. Okay, we'll take care of the machine learning project. I think we spoke to Prithvi, Pawan, so they'll take care of the DevOps project, SysOps project, and Yashwant will also help you on the communication. Fantastic. So I'm really excited, super excited to work with you people. and we are going to end this session if there are no questions. Before we end, I just have an announcement. Okay, and this announcement is about open source. So today we are launching the open source code challenge. We will be, as the clock starts, we will be launching, a challenge for you, and those who will be able to, compete between 25th to 30th, their college will be, sent a nomination invitation from Red Hat to participate on this semi-final. So semi-final will happen on 4th May when this internship starts. We will have the semi-final, and we are doing a code hackathon. So as you saw, my team is already doing a lot of projects. So we will, ask you to participate in the hackathon, and top 3 students will get the tab like this, and bronze, silver, gold medal from Red Hat, and a participation certificate from Red Hat. So I'll be looking forward to see you all participate in the code challenge, and talk to the team and get ready for the next league, Leap 20.2.0, and I'll look forward to get you on board soon. Thank you. Siddharth, over to you. Okay, so I think there are no more questions. So see you soon. Bye bye.